ACC Championship, you got Florida State, who's unbeaten. They're trying to hang on to their lives for the college football playoffs. And they're a 2.5-point favorite, Sam. But they have a really tough game ahead of them going against Louisville with Jeff Brohm as their head coach. And Jeff Brohm has a nickname, Sam. I think you're pretty familiar with it. They would consider this dude to be the upset master because he's really good at pulling off huge upsets. He was the former head coach at Purdue when they upset Ohio State and Dwayne Haskins a few years back, ended their college football playoff hopes. Can they do the same against Florida State? I guess we will see. And when you look at Florida State, they seem to be one of the most talented teams in college football. When you just look at the roster top to bottom, great receivers. They got a really good offensive line. Their defense is also really talented as well. They play complementary football. They can run the football. But can they throw it effectively in this game with Tate Rodemaker at quarterback? What are your thoughts on the Seminoles heading into this championship bout?
I think that their concern is actually in the run game because Louisville's a physical team. I mean, Jawar Jordan's rushed for over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns. Isaac Garendo has over 500 rushing yards. Louisville on the season is averaging 4.9 yards per carry. They've ran for 2,200 yards on the season. They're one of the best teams in terms of rushing touchdowns and rushing offense. I think for Florida State, the concern is not just about the upset, but could Louisville out-physical you in the trenches? And they might have the better quarterback as well, since Travis is sadly injured. However, I do think Florida State's overall the better team. And Louisville, I think, got caught napping against Kentucky. So, who knows?
And when you look at the quarterback comparison between Tate Rodemaker and Jack Plummer, he's not bad, but at the same time, he's not necessarily all that great. And he can kind of be a little bit streaky during games at times. I'm eager to see how both of these teams find ways to ease their quarterbacks into this game, try to ease some of those championship jitters. With Florida State, them having a more talented team, you think that they should be able to do an easier job of that with Rodemaker since they got a more talented roster. But Jeff Brohm, he's no stranger to these kinds of games. You know, yeah, this is his first season in the ACC, but this is somebody who knows what it takes to win big games. He's proven to pull off big-time upsets several times throughout his coaching tenure. And a while back, they got a really big win against Notre Dame at home when Notre Dame was a top 10 team in the country. They also got a really impressive win when they blew out Duke 23-0. This is a Louisville team that, yeah, they don't match up with Florida State when it comes to a talent standpoint. But as you said, they're really physical. They're really good against the run. They play really good defense, and they're a really well-coached ball club. What do you think is the key for both of these teams finding a way to win this game?
The key for Louisville is run the ball consistently. And the key for Florida State is to, I think, not fall behind early, because I think if it's a very even matchup and Florida State's able to stay comfortable for all 4 quarters, at the bare minimum, their superior depth will show and they'll win. I mean, look against Florida. Florida got up, I think, by double digits, but Florida State's better depth and coaching allowed them to pull themselves up on the road. Also, you can thank Billy Napier for the horrible play calling, but I think Florida State's the better team than Louisville. And I think unless Louisville jumps out to a big lead and makes Florida State uncomfortable, the Seminoles will probably pull it out and win.
So you're taking Florida State to win this game?
I would lean toward that, yes. I'm actually going to be previewing this game with a guy named Marcus Maselli, who has a highlight channel called Marquishimo about Florida State. So I'll be making like a score prediction there. on that live show tomorrow. But I'm leaning toward Florida State because I know people want them to lose so they're not a supposed dead weight in the playoff. But I think against a team like Louisville, they can win. And I think they're well coached enough and versatile enough at skill position. I mean, Trey Benson, one missed tackle and he's gone. Louisville can't afford to make mistakes if they want to win. Florida State can probably afford to get down or make a few mistakes and at least squeak out a win. So I'd take Florida State to win.
You're taking Florida State?
Yep.
I'm taking Louisville. I'm going with Jeff Brohm, the upset master. Listen, they don't call this dude the upset master for no reason. Okay, this dude knows how to pull off upsets. He knows how to end teams' playoff hopes. He's done it in the past, and I believe he's going to do it again. Look, Louisville, they may not be as talented as what Florida State is, but they're a well-coached team. As long as Jack Plummer can take care of the football and he's accurate and he isn't having any of those games where he just looks out of sorts, Louisville should be able to pull off this win, even though it is going to be a really close game. The point spread in this game is only Florida State minus 2.5 for a reason. Vegas knows about the upset master, and I think that they're probably banking on him having this Louisville team up for this game. Yeah, they suffered a really disappointing loss to their rival Kentucky, but the thing with Jeff Brohm is that this dude is always going to have your team ready to play in any big-time game, and I don't think it's going to be any different for this one. So I have to go with Florida State to get the win. Well, for them to get the loss in this one, I think this is going to be their first loss of the season, and I believe that Louisville is going to end up ending their playoff hopes. It's like you came so far just to crash and burn at the end. Of course, you're probably hoping that that doesn't happen if you're a Seminoles fan, but I really like Jeff Brohm. And this dude has yet to prove me wrong. I took them against Notre Dame. I took them against Duke. And I'm taking them again to pull off another upset and end the college football playoff dreams of the FSU Florida State Seminoles this year.